The combined gas law is a way of relating pressure, volume, and temperature all together. And the only thing that we're going to hold constant is moles of gas. So we can relate pressure, volume, and temperature together, just holding moles of gas constant using this law. And it's just a combination of the laws that you've seen before. So the combined gas law is P1 V1 over T1 equals P2 V2 all over T2. Pressure must be in atmospheres. Volume must be in liters. And temperature must be in Kelvin. Let's try a sample problem. So we have a gas that has an initial volume of 7 liters, a pressure of 2 atmospheres, and a temperature of 35 degrees Celsius. It's then heated to 100 degrees Celsius and has a final volume of 11 liters. What is the new pressure of the gas? Well, we can see that we have a volume, pressure, and a temperature mentioned. That means we should use the combined gas law. If you only saw 2 of those variables, you would have to choose which law would be appropriate. If you only saw pressure and volume, you would use Boyle's. If you only saw volume and temperature, you would use Charles. But we see all 3 variables, so we're going to use the combined gas law. So let's circle the important values. Our volume of 7 liters, 2 atmospheres, 35 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius, 11 liters, and then underline what the question is asking. What is the new pressure? So our combined gas law has 6 variables. P1, V1, T1, and then P2, V2, and T2. So let's call the first volume V1. So 7 liters is V1. The pressure that goes with that is 2 atmospheres. And the temperature is 35 degrees Celsius. We don't know the second pressure, but we know that the second volume is 11 liters and that the second temperature is 100 degrees Celsius. Before we go to do the problem, though, we have to make sure our units are correct. Atmospheres is good, liters is good, but we have degrees Celsius for temperature. We need Kelvin, so we'll add 273 to each to get Kelvin. So we get 308 Kelvin, and here we get 373 Kelvin. Remember, that's just 35 plus 273. And then 100 plus 273. Now we can plug in and solve. So P1 is 2 times V1, which is 7, all over T1, 308, equals P2, we don't know, times V2, which is 11, all over 373. When we solve for P2, we get 16.95 atmospheres. Remember, we're solving for pressure, so the unit for pressure is going to be atmospheres. So the pressure goes from 2 atmospheres up to 16.95 atmospheres. So that's it for the combined gas law. Just remember your units, label your variables, and you can solve for whatever's missing.